Guys doing? I'm highlighting my hair right now. But in reference to when I've worked on jobs, this government man would call my jobs where I was working at, and he would try to get everybody that was an employee to boss me around like a slave. And then this man would tell them to call him if I wasn't the slave of the other employees at other jobs or every job I worked at. Meaning, this government man, there's phone records of this man calling jobs where I've worked. And this government man instructing people to be mean to me and abusive and trying to boss me around and trying to make me the slave and gopher of every employee, including managers and co-workers. And this man was trying to play this nitpicky game of terrorizing my life. And this man claimed he was richer than my mother and father, claimed he was the owner of my mother and father's companies or something. He claimed he was somebody big when I'm the top person of my mother and father's companies forever. But this man would call places and try to claim that if I wasn't the slave to everybody in the job or at every location, or anytime somebody, like when somebody snapped their fingers, they expected me to be on the floor bowing down, begging for them to boss me around, like some slave and shit. Or he was trying to check in on my jobs where I was working at to see if anybody, like he was trying to conjure up and trying to coerce people to fabricate against me and to slander my character. And then he would be burning me from satellites on all the jobs. And he's one of the satellite controllers too, this man that's done this on jobs where I have worked. And that man has to get charged for attempted murder. That man was stealing money from my mother and father's estates. That man was stealing from my checking accounts and my debit card. That man was stealing from banks in reference to when I had deposited money. This man had been stalking me. This man has shot at me before. This man has tried to rape me before. This man has tried to steal my blood and sperm before. And this man had been terrorizing me for numerous decades or numerous years. Or he's had other people trying to murder me and stalking me and terrorizing me, and like he was trying to keep tabs on me and nitpicking on me and trying to get people to complain about me, trying to call me a bad person all the time. And that man needs to go to court. That man has to get prosecuted for trying to murder me. And that man is one of the men that stole probably billions of dollars from my mother's mansion, or he was trying to steal the monies in the mansions in Indianapolis that my mother had in the mansions. And he might have been one of the men that stole the Lamborghini that my mother had sent to me back in the late 80s, or one of the times they were holding me hostage. And nobody's seen the Lamborghini in 30 plus years or 40 years or 30 something years, whatever it was, 30. Let's see, it was like back in 87 or something, whenever it was. But anyways, nobody's seen the car since then, And it had Royal Ambassador license plates that my mother had put on the car. And this man and his people, I guess, had been driving it around in Indianapolis. But, in reference to this government man, my mother had restraining orders against these people from previous times that they had kidnapped me from California, or when they kidnapped me from North Carolina, or when they had kidnapped me from New York. Long time ago. Many things of importance. But either way, that man has to get prosecuted for attempts of murder. And he tried to steal my sperm and blood. And he tried to steal my manhood. He tried to steal my penis. He tried to steal my identity. And him and his people have stolen monies that people tried to send to me. And we need those bank records, I guess, in reference to what banks they went to, so they can find out who those people are. That when they stole monies and checks that my mother had sent to me or the companies. Plus.